truth and think they know it all before they have learned its first principles, and who are forward to take the place of teachers and reprove those who for years have stood stiffly for the truth, plainly show they have no understanding of the truth and know none of its effects. For if they knew any of the sanctifying power, they should yield the peaceable fruits of righteousness and be humbled under the sweet, powerful influence they would bear. They would bear fruit of the glory of God and understand what the truth has done for them and esteem others better than themselves. So I'm saying that we need to know the order and the truth concerning the sanctuary message. What happens when the point we were making was when we get to the point where God's people will be sealed in Revelation chapter 7. Before that, there was an angel ascending from the earth, from the east, going up to heaven. And what was the purpose of his ascension? The Bible tells us that he had, matter of fact, it says, having the seal of God. This angel that was ascending to heaven, having the seal of God, was about to do a work which is similarly depicted in Ezekiel chapter 8 and 9, chapters 8 and 9, a sealing work, right? And God's people were supposed to receive a seal in their foreheads. Now this angel that was ascending back to heaven, having the seal of God, was about to go into heaven and say what? The work is finished. But before he could get there, there was another angel that came down from heaven and says what? That the earth, because at the finishing of the sealing of this angel, there was a hurting to be done. Right? And as we understand, as a people, we must understand the truth, the order and the truth concerning these issues. Right? Here now is what we're trying to unravel. This other angel of Revelation chapter 7, verse 3, that saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. Right? Most of the times when we look at what we see in Revelation, we saw these angels coming down. But this one happens to be going up. Right? And that's significant for us. To the point where we have to know what the seal is that he had. And what the sealing work that he had to do. Right? So as he came down, can we saw him going up in it? And we put a certain timeline on what we said Jesus did in 1844. Right? We say, so if Jesus began his investigative judgment in 1844, then it would mean that this angel would have to have been down here with him at that time to commence his work of sealing and numbering of God's people. Because immediately after verse number 3 in Revelation 7, we see something remarkable. John says, and I heard, not I saw, but I heard the number of them which were sealed, and 144,000 of the tribes of the children of Israel. Now I'll ask this question. If we have a timeline, and we say, yes, we establish a timeline as 1844, then it says no. Them that were sealed during this time, being sealed and numbered at this time, are from the 12 tribes of Israel. can you point out to me where the 12 tribes of Israel was in 1844? Nationally, 12 tribes existed. And that takes us back to the point where we say Revelation is not just a coded book, but it's a revealed book in types and symbols. So those of us who believe that the 144,000 is a literal number, I conclusively tell you that we are wrong if we hold that view. It's not a literal number. How do we know that? I'm going to use some examples, and if they're not making sense, then you can always say, brother, you're not making sense. All right. In the New Testament, God came to set up the new order of worship that continues in the sanctuary. How many men did he choose? 12. 12. 12 men to set up his kingdom worship, as you would have it, as tithe met anti-tithe. So the Levitical priesthood would have passed away or ceased, we might say. And it would have given way to what? What we call the Pentecostal movement or the apostolic movement, the apostolic church, right? And there were 12 apostles, and we believe that 12 is God's kingdom number, not just a complete number, because 7 is his perfect and complete number also, but 12 in full essence is his kingdom number. It says that. Let's go back to verse 4 of Revelation 7. It says, I heard the number of them which were sealed, 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Who are the tribes of the children of Israel? We discussed that already. Who are the tribes of the children of Israel? And we can learn from that when we can find out what we're talking about here about all the tribes of the children of Israel, bearing in mind that one, on the prophetic timeline,